Elon Musk's latest discovery from his deep dive at the Treasury is that the Treasury Access Symbol, a unique identifier that is there to categorize payments in their accounting system, has been ignored by staff. Without the TAS, a payment has no defined relationship to any official budget line item in our federal government. DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, found that this critical field in the payment record was optional, allowing workers to fill it in or not fill it in at their own individual discretion. If this were your company's accounting department, how would you react? Imagine that this was a group of employees that you hired with a specific job and they weren't doing even the most basic thing you probably trained them on day one. Would you call them into your office and have a conversation with them? Would you maybe bring in some outside consultants to just double check and give you a second set of eyes and a different perspective on what's going on? I would. The @DogeX account posted that payments where the TAS ID was optional so far add up to $4.7 trillion. It's kind of unclear from the post exactly what the total is for payments where the TAS was completely blank, but that's only one part of the problem. What this data inconsistency means is that no analyst can offer a high confidence level in their reporting data. If even 15% of the payment records were left with no association to the budget, then every budget item has a potential variance of that total dollar amount. Nothing can be certain with this much corrupt data. Imagine looking at a spreadsheet where 15 out of 100 of the rows were missing data. Now try to create a simple bar graph and you're going to find your problem. There's going to be an unset number of dollars and then all of the other categories you were trying to categorize. And as soon as you try to show that to your boss and they see the unset column, they're going to go, I don't think you finished the job here. Let's say 15% of the records totaled like $700 billion. This is just a random number, but we really don't have more detailed data yet. But if this is $700 billion that's unaccounted for, then we really have no way to confidently say if any single budget was adhered to, since any of their totals could be off by $700 billion. So even if that was like a 5% variance of that $4.7 trillion we're talking about, the potential overages in any single budget could be $235 billion. That's only 5%. Think of it like this. You log into your bank and they display 100 transactions from last month. And 15 of them had some indecipherable name. And you were left with really no other way to trace which business the charge was made at. Would you want answers? And to know if those 15 charges were valid? Even if the total for those charges was only like $200 or $300, would you contact your bank and maybe track those things down? I would. But now ask yourself how confident you would be about the other 85 transactions. Would you have some doubts about those? Could there be more transactions with incorrect data? And what about next month? Would you believe your money was safe at that financial institution? Or would you maybe consider making some changes to protect yourself? This is exactly what DOGE found is happening to our federal dollars at the US Treasury and has rightly called into question the entire thing. They're calling into question the integrity of our accounting system. If we're not engaging in basic reconciliation on a regular basis to compare payments to their related budget items when managing trillions of dollars, what can we really say is certain about any of the financial reporting we're getting from the Treasury? If I worked for you, and every year I told you that things were going great, and then a few years later you decided to look at the books yourself and found I was ignoring a basic entry-level accounting practice, would you question my capacity to do my job? Of course you would. Should we trust the same people whose lack of seriousness, diligence, and accountability allowed this data integrity issue to come about to just try again and do better next year? If we care about our country and the money we fund the government with, would it be responsible of us to allow these bureaucrats to continue in their roles without inserting some unbiased oversight? What would you do if it was your money? Well, actually, it is your money. So are you happy someone is finally looking into this for you?